Into the Anarchy begins in my new digs, in my new office. Super Tuesday results are in. What we have now is basically down to a two-man race. We have the elimination, the eradication of Bernie Sanders. He got kicked up and down the field on Super Tuesday. I don't think there's anything viable for him to leave with. It's over. And I have my difference. I would never vote for Bernie Sanders. And I'll do a podcast, a comprehensive podcast as to why. However, Bernie Sanders is the most logical candidate in the race. His ideas are great. I think his proposals are great. And you know what I think will happen? I think that Bernie Sanders will be the last great politician to have those ideas. We're headed toward anarchy, and it's my job to transmit till that anarchy begins. But here's the oligarchy that we're now dealing with. We've got Hillary, and we got Donald. Because on the Republican side, Donald Trump also trounced everybody who even thought that they could compete with him. And this was after a week of pure negative TV ads. This was the Chicago rally in which many faces were punched and noses were bloody and people were bludgeoned. But he came out unscathed. This guy wears nothing. He's Teflon. He's the new John Gotti. He wears nothing. And that speaks not to his skill as a politician. He has not. It speaks to the climate in this country. This country is divisive. There's no other country like this. This is an experiment. This is a 200-year-old experiment that has its down points, and we're on one now. So Donald J. Trump wins comprehensively. Florida, North Carolina. He loses to John Kasich, which has no purpose at all. John Kasich doesn't have a path to the nomination. What he's attempting to do is broker the convention, which will broker the Republican Party. And so he picked up his home state. He picked up 99 delegates in his home state. It's a winner-take-all state. He picks up all the delegates. Trump picks up Florida, and he beats Marco Rubio in his own home state by 25 points. In an electorate that's heavily Spanish. No one can configure exactly what's going on, but it's definitely going on. So Marco Rubio, little Marco, is out. And we're down to 3 on the Republican side. Ted Cruz, who customarily on Super Tuesday overperforms. He's done well in some places that he wasn't expected to do well. Absolutely drew a blank this past primary, and he's got nothing. Going forward, he's got nothing. Now, recently, Carlene Farino was on, and she said, and she's calling for this to be a two-man race because apparently her polls show if it's a two-man race, Trump loses to Cruz. I really don't understand the logistics of that math. 2 men, 4 men, 6 men, 10 men. If you can beat the guy, you'll beat the guy. If you can't, you cannot. And you have not. And Ted Cruz likes to say, we're the only campaign that has beaten Donald Trump, and we will continue to, beat Donald Trump or something to that effect. And that's propaganda. You've done nothing. You're behind severely in the delegate count. And of course, the fix is in. Donald Trump says he had a call from Paul Ryan, and it was a tremendous call. I don't know how a call can be tremendous, but so Paul Ryan is doing what Republicans do. They'll fight hard at each other during the primary, and soon as one seems to be ahead of the other, a la Chris Christie, you will turn around and bow down and get behind that man. And that's what's being done. So the burn is not being felt on the Democratic side, and Donald Trump is continuing to rule on the on the Republican side. This last week has been marred specifically by Trump rally violence. First of all, I really like to box, so I'm looking for a Trump rally. I can't wait till this kid comes to New York. Some of these protests, I mean, really. And I got to reiterate again, you can't blame the candidate. The candidate's not out there throwing punches. Is he doing anything to stop it? No. But again, have you ever ran for president or anything? You can't go demonizing or abolishing the support of any demographic. So if crazy old white guys that like to fight are a part of your demographic, then you're not going to alienate them, because those crazy old white guys have families that are a little more moderate, and you know that it's like a gang, almost a gang structure. So you're going to have that. And Hillary, I mean, impressed. As far as super delegates go, as far as regular delegates go, first of all, I think that the primary process is bullshit. Back in the early 1900s or 1800s, the legislature used to pick the two guys we would vote for. And I know that doesn't lend itself very vehemently to democracy, but democracy is turned into crony capitalism anyway. So I think that, like, what do we really have now? A circus, subject to feeble-minded people. It's a circus, you know? And here's what we're going to be left with in our electorate. A known liar and criminal. It's been proven. A member of the Communist Party. It's been proven. I'm not talking about Donald J. here. Versus the guy who makes the art of the deal, the misogynist, egotistical. Now I'm talking about Donald J. You know, and